What is up, you guys, and welcome back to this week's video. Now, I'm sure everyone could have seen this video coming, but it is my theories as to what's to come in WandaVision, if you couldn't tell by the title of the video, where I wrote down just a few things I think is going to happen in the show, and these are like nowhere near true. These are just literally what I think is going to happen. And I watch like all like the comic book YouTubers, so all of my predictions are probably from what they said, or I'm using what they said to come up with my own predictions, and from obviously watching the show myself. I haven't actually read a comic book. I don't know where to get them. So everything that I know is from the MCU, not the comic books. If I say something's from the comic book, it's because one of those comic book YouTubers I've watched from their videos. And don't worry, I'm going to link everybody in the description box that I'm talking about if you want to go watch their content, so don't even worry about that. But yes, to get started, this is all my predictions about what I think is to come, and you might not agree with these, or you might, but yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. Now, okay, this first one here, I think everyone who's currently watching WandaVision is 50-50 on. Some of us think this is true and the other half think it's not true. But I think it's true, and I think Wanda is the one fully in charge. Now, I have good reason for this, but twice in the show now, she has said, "I have everything under control." How can that not lead us to believe that she's got everything under control? And I think, as we've seen from episode 4, the latest episode we've seen so far, as SWORD has tried to get inside, or at least try to understand what's going on, I think it's clear to see that maybe she's breaking, getting some cracks in her bubble. But as we've seen from episode 4, the latest episode that's happened, as SWORD has trying to understand what's going on in this alternate reality that Wanda and Vision are currently trapped in, and everyone's so confused that Vision's dead and now he's here on this sitcom that keeps moving through the ages, the decades, and everyone's just so confused. But I think Wanda's the one fully in charge because of all the weird things that's happening. The fact that twice now, Vision has looked directly at the camera, and many people are taking that to believe he's looking at us, the audience, the people watching the show WandaVision, or some people think it's him looking at the SWORD agents. And I don't know if this one's true or not, but I saw someone throw this out on TikTok, that it's Vision making the show, it's Wanda's reality, but Vision is the one who has turned it into the sitcom, and so whenever he looks directly at the camera, that's him almost as a cry for help. And I'm not sure if I fully believe that one, but if it turns out to be true, then that one has a lot of explaining to do, because the last time we saw Vision, Thanos took the Mind Stone right out of his head. So that's why I'm so back and forth on that one, because if that's true, awesome. If it's not true, I kind of saw it coming, you know? But I do think that Wanda is fully in charge. I think she's controlling everything. She's the one changing the helicopter and the rope to fit whatever timepiece they're in. And I think it's truly because she had that mental breakdown when she lost her family, lost her brother, had to kill Vision, and then only to have him be brought back to life just to get killed right in front of her again. I think that finally took too much out of her, where she went crazy, created this alternate reality, and now here we are on the Disney Plus show that is WandaVision. Okay, this next theory, it might be far-fetched. I can see how I could be horribly wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think Wanda brought Vision back to life, and that's because she got her powers from a Mind Stone. And if the Big Bang created the minds, all the stones, all the Infinity Stones, and if all the stones are related to each other, and then as we just learned from episode 4, whatever astrophysicist Darcy found out, that it's radiation, Big Bang type stuff that Wanda's using to create this reality, I think it would be possible for her to bring Vision back from that. Especially if the stones are all related to each other, because it's if she got her powers from the Space Stone, right, Loki's scepter, and then the red glowy that comes out of her hands is clearly like the ether, like wouldn't it make sense for her to be able to like have the power to bring back the Mind Stone, to be able to bring back Vision? If you guys remember from Captain America Civil War, she even overpowered Vision and like sent him through all the floors of the building. Like, wouldn't it make sense for her to be able to bring Vision back? Additionally, in Infinity War, as we have brought the fight to Wakanda now and Shuri has Vision, she says it could be possible for him to like survive without the Mind Stone, because he's made up of all these other parts of him. He's not like entirely the Mind Stone. So I think that if he could like survive without the Mind Stone, maybe Wanda's using her power to keep him alive, since her powers are also sourced from an Infinity Stone. So that's my take on Vision. Also, just to tie into that, I think clearly Marvel's trying to set Wanda up to be a villain here, and I think Vision's going to be the one to kind of bring her back to reality. Because we keep seeing him as the episodes progress, he's almost like breaking out of that bubble that Wanda has put the town under, where he's like, I think something's wrong here, Wanda. And then she edits it, and then it's just back to normal about pregnancy hormones. And then when he looks directly at the camera, that like freaks everybody out as we're watching it because it's so unsettling. I think he's gonna be the one to stop her. And I think it's gonna be heartbreaking if he is dead, because he's gonna have to like tell Wanda like all over again to like let him go, and like maybe that's where we get the no more mutants. Who knows? Honestly, I have no clue where Marvel is taking this show, but I'm gonna sit here and talk to you like I know where it's going. And then, okay, going hand in hand with Vision being the one to stop Wanda, as we saw on all their little sheets that Darcy and Wu were finding out who was in this town of Westview. If you zoomed in on the guy playing Norm, it said like he asked about like his father and sister, I think, when Vision woke him up. And as we saw from the trailer of the show, Vision woke up Agnes in the car, and she's like, am I dead? And he's like, no. And then she's like, well, you are. Like, I think Vision's gonna be the one to like save everyone, but I think he's gonna have help. Like, I think how do I want to lead into this? If you saw interviews with Paul Bettany, he said he worked with an actor he's like wanted like was excited to like work with on the show. I think that's gonna be Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. And as we already know, this show is supposed to lead up into the Doctor Strange sequel, The Multiverse of Madness. Like, it's pretty much, I feel like Marvel's making a mockery of all of us, how they're literally shoving the plot in our face. And we've all become English teachers trying to figure out what everything means and how everything has a deeper meaning, because Marvel never misses a detail and everything does have a deeper meaning. But I almost wonder, are we diving too deep into these meanings? So I think Doctor Strange is going to come in like either in the second to last episode or the last episode to give like Vision a hand, because since he was like using his sorcery with the Time Stone, and like he's like the Sorcerer Supreme, clearly his powers are massive. I think he's going to be the one to help Vision, to help bring Wanda, to reel her back in off the deep end there. Going on from Doctor Strange helping Vision out, I think as I said earlier, episode 4 is the last episode we've seen so far until Friday's episode comes out. And I think that since Darcy was the one who like got like the TV, figured out they were watching the show, how Darcy's the one doing all the work here, I think she's gonna be the one to figure out what's happening. Like, she's the one who like got them to speak on the radio. She's the one who like found out it was a TV show happening. I think she's gonna be the one either like right as it's happening, or she's gonna like just moments before put all of the puzzle pieces together. It either like might be too late, or she like saves the day or whatever, or like calls the people that need to come in and save the day since she's not a superhero. But I think since Marvel went out of their way to bring Darcy back into the MCU because she wasn't even mentioned in Thor Ragnarok at all. I think she's going to play a much bigger part than the big part she's already playing currently. I think she really is going to be the one to figure it out and maybe call Stephen Strange to come in. Oh, I missed one. Going back to talk about how I think Vision's going to be the one to stop Wanda. So as we just learned, it's the town of Westview, and that's a made-up town. Like, there's Eastview, but Westview is fake. And if you look at the initials of Westview, W and V, like WandaVision, I think Marvel's literally like showing us what is happening, and we're all trying to find a deeper meaning. But I think it's really showing like West, Wanda started this all, and then View ended the word, and Vision is going to be the one to end it. Like, he's going to stop Wanda and like save her, save the town, save everyone she's like kidnapping in a way into this town. But that was just a detail I missed in saying how I think Vision's going to stop Wanda. Okay, not trying to make the video too long here. This last one. Okay, this one I haven't seen a lot of people talk about besides the comic book YouTubers, like the MCU YouTubers. And I think that, I'm going to say this wrong. Mephisto, the devil, Marvel's devil. I think he might be not necessarily controlling Wanda, but from the comic books, he's the one that like his soul's in her twins. And clearly Marvel like made the twins in the show, as we saw in the 70s episode 3. And I think he at least is there. I don't think he's the one fully in control, or at least I don't think he's making Wanda do this. I think he's just like seeing that it's happening and was just like, oh, let me just hop on that ride, because clearly this Chicky Babe's a hot mess. I could, put my own agenda through her. And I think that's where we're getting all the hexagons from, because we all know the devil's number is 666. And I think with like the hexagons that show up, the radio in episode 2, the radio clock, it doesn't have a 6 on it at all. And then episode 4, all of his swords, like his picture frames, are in a hexagon shape, and clearly those have a reason to be there if Marvel keeps going out of their way to put them in there. Like I said, like they don't miss a detail. Everything is in here for a reason. I think it is Mephisto. Like, I'm saying that wrong, and I'm so sorry. Please don't make fun of me for that. I think he's the one who is just showing he's there, and I think because he hasn't been introduced before, no one like knows about him, like knows that this like greater evil is going to come out of it. And I almost think he's going to be the main antagonist for Doctor Strange. If not the main one, then at least like a side plot they got to go take care of. But that one I don't have a lot of confirmation on. Like I said, that's just a theory, just a prediction. And yeah, 14 minutes isn't too bad, because I like to talk a lot. But comment down below any predictions you have, and also if you're really into the show like I am, DM me on Instagram so we can talk about it, because I swear no one's watching the show but me and my mom, and she's not too invested like I am. So if you're invested, DM me, let's be friends. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell icon so that way you don't miss any videos. And if you have a Marvel video that you want me to make or just like voice my opinion on, just send it out to me on Instagram or Twitter at LarkinYvette. But yeah, if you like this video, let me know, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next Thursday's video. And don't forget, the TCAP just got posted, so if anything happens in February, don't forget to DM me about that also. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so appreciative, and I'll see you